Hi, these comments are for Bilal and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Wait a minute. Let me put on my hat here. Give me a second. All right, here we go, buddy. So, thank you for doing the writing practice you sent me yesterday. You've been doing a lot of speaking, a lot of writing practice. Your goal is to finish the TOEFL by April, and you want to get 26 minimum and 24 minimum on the speaking and the writing sections, and then with high scores, of course, in the reading and the listening. Okay, so now we know your background a bit. Let's get right to scoring the essay. Okay, so if I look at the actual independent rubrics here, we have a really good essay. You did a great job on this. So I'm scoring you right around pretty close to 5. I'm going to put you at 4.5, about 28 points out of 30. So I think you've addressed the task effectively. You have a well organized and developed response. And most importantly, you have unity, progression, and coherence. You have great control over your sentence structure. So I think many of these things are very, very effective. Now, I'm going to read it closely right now. Now, if I make 0 corrections or not many corrections, I'm going to give you 30 points. So can you do this? Let's see. Let's see if you can do this. Let's take a look at your topic here. So your government has announced that it wishes to build a military base near your community. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this new influence on your community. Do you support or oppose the base? Explain your reasons. Explain your position. So governments have a crucial role in people's lives because they take on responsibilities of managing various facets of life such as education, health, and security. Controlling these aspects involves decisions which in some cases arouse feelings of resentment or in other situations cause satisfaction among people. So I like your cohesion, these aspects, which goes back to what you just said here. See, one of these involvements could be building a military base in a community which has advantages and disadvantages. And I'm going to put a comma here. I'm kind of looking at this adjective clause as a non restrictive element. It's kind of commenting on the idea of the whole sentence, so I'm not going to say that it's 100% necessary in that case. So I look at this as a non, excuse me, I still have my lingering COVID-19 cough here. I apologize. But Michael is better. This morning I ran 5 kilometers with my neighbor's dogs. So I'm running again. When I'm running again, things are much better. Okay, so I think overall you have a good introduction and you're explaining what's called the advantages and the disadvantages. So you say, on one hand, and I would say here, notice how you also said it here. On the one hand, building a military base in a community can benefit it. Building a military base, you just need to say benefits a community. There's no need to repeat community twice. By ensuring safety within and I didn't even know if you have to say this. Maybe make this a verb. How about this? So a military base ensures safety within a community. For example, a military base requires putting cameras for surveillance around the base to monitor any attack or threat. These cameras can be used to protect the houses or shops near the base from being vulnerable to any stealing or violent activities. Moreover, to have a military base in a city can promote its economy. See, that's probably what I wouldn't do. I would stay focused on the safety thing, right? If you want to talk about then you'd have to say something like promotes. You have to add this in the topic sentence so then it connects to it. But in my opinion, it's better to just use the whole paragraph to focus on the safety issue. That gives you more what we call unity, progression, and coherence. It shows progression there. And then I improved your unity by changing the topic sentence to allow for that second idea. For instance, the local businesses will supply the military base with foods and other requirements so that this will push more money. Instead of push, I'm going to say infuse more money into the local market. Therefore, what communities will gain I'm going to not use future in the dependent clause. What communities gain from building a military base will satisfy the residents. Okay? On the other hand, a community can suffer from the disadvantages of constructing a military base due to the traffic congestion which the base could pose. To illustrate, the military base will be protected by closing some streets in order to prevent commuters from reaching near the base for security reasons. So residents will have to change their routes to avoid road closures, which will put a remarkable pressure on other streets leading to a traffic jam, especially during rush hour. This is good. I like this. This is very specific here. Furthermore, people can blame a military base for causing noise. For the traffic congestion and noise. You see what I'm doing? I'm adding that because this is another purpose of the paragraph, and the topic sentence needs to state the purpose of the entire paragraph, not just the first part of the paragraph. See, soldiers have to train every morning with some practicing marches which require high voices to stimulate the participants. In addition, they have to practice shooting fires to be ready for any prospective rivals. They have to practice, I'm going to say shooting drills to be ready. Thus, residents may dislike living near a military base because of these traffic and noisy drawbacks. Finally, building a military base can be an opportunity or a threat to a community due to these advantages and disadvantages, but I believe that having such a construction in a community should be restricted. The resources in any community are limited and should be secured for the local people. While building a military base will deplete these resources, consequently, I oppose the idea a building military base in the community. I think this paragraph could be developed more. I think if you look at this paragraph, I mean, we got 141 words. Then we have about 110 on the first one. So you could probably develop this paragraph a little bit more. I think that would help you possibly get a perfect score. So let me look back at it. What do you guys think at YouTube? I'm thinking maybe around 28. So maybe we could say here 26 to 28 points out of 30. To get better, you saw I made some slight changes in the structure of your essay in the topic sentences of it looks like paragraph number 2, and then number 4 here. And I'm suggesting that you can probably develop the final paragraph a little bit more so you can strengthen your own personal argument. So those are some changes I would suggest. But overall, congratulations. Very good control, I think, over your sentence structure, word choice, punctuation, and so on. Your structure of your essay, you've exactly answered the writing prompt. You're doing what you're supposed to do. So you did a good job on that. All right. Thank you, Bilal. And anybody watching at YouTube, if you guys disagree with my assessment, you can certainly make any comments below the video. Why not, right? We can discuss this. Writing is sticky. It's subjective. It's difficult, but I'm thinking based on the rubrics here, what I explained is I believe that he's almost at the 5 area, but he could improve his writing in a few areas. That's my take.